What's up, guys? We are back.
Back again.
Like we never left. Well, sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not. But today, we need shoes.
Na collab on a Wednesday.
On a way, no?
Yeah. Today you're not wearing pink. What's up?
Nah, I'm wearing pink look.
So on Wednesday we wear black.
Okay, you're wearing black.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. My name is Tracy.
And I'm mankind's one of a kind, Chip.
We go. In the headlines, Museveni on tour.
Formula One in Rwanda.
Drowning crisis in Uganda.
Protect journalists.
UCC doubles down.
Let's get it.
President Museveni has urged beneficiaries of the parish development model to repay their loans on time to make sure that they sustain this community outreach program, like loan, to make sure that they keep getting these loans. So they need to pay on time. He said that doing this will prevent them over-relying on exploitative loans from money lenders and loan sharks.
Yeah.
If you will.
I mean, it really does make sense because if you have a pool of money and it has all gone out and the people that have received this money are defaulting, it becomes very hard for someone else to come and get that money because it's not in circulation.
Yeah, for sure. So he is doing his PDM tour, and in the Bugishu region, he basically was saying that guys need to repay these loans to make sure that you keep getting them.
Yeah.
He also pledged support for SACCOs and said that he's going to aid their growth to make sure that it really becomes a go-to thing to develop communities.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good.
I mean, it's also tied into the youth. Many of the youth are actually going out here to get this particular loan, right? So could we attribute this to, him reaching out his hands to the younger youth, knowing that NRM didn't really do so well when it comes to that particular vote in these regions,
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
So the PDM assessment tour has actually begun last year under the theme Wealth Creation and Prosperity for All. And we've seen some success stories. So I think it really is a testament to how these things can help people. And it's a good initiative that should be grown.
Hey man, if there's money being given out and you don't have to pay thick interests, it's really good, and I'm here for it. I want to know where they are. President Kagame has put up a bid for a Formula One Grand Prix in Rwanda. Guys, he wants to bring it here in East Africa. A proper Formula One Grand Prix.
Yeah.
That's one we all will be attending.
Absolutely.
Right? And the Formula One president, Stefano Domenicali, said, you know what? I ain't mad at that.
He welcomed it.
Welcome to it, and he is saying, Kagame came out to say, but guy, we have also been in development, This particular track has been in development for over a year, right? And they also have a professional, a former Formula One driver called Alexander Waz, who actually designed this particular track where the races will be. And this is really good, man, for Rwanda, for East Africa.
But also the fact that they went there prepared, saying we have already started preparing a track. We're not coming to you like empty-handed. We already have somewhere that can facilitate hosting.
And it was done by someone who was
a former F1 racer.
F1 racer.
That's incredible. I love it.
And also the positioning, the timing. He said it at the FIA General Assembly, right? He knows everybody that needs to know about this. He's present. This guy is sharp, man.
I've said it before and I will say it again. Rwanda's PR is excellent. Excellent. The way they position their country, it's beautiful.
I was like, let's not just only give out awards. Let's see how we can get a Grand Prix here in East Africa.
Exactly. You've already hosted the awards here. Now let's bring the actual thing. I love it. I love it. Me too. Take a leave. Uganda is facing a growing drowning crisis with over 1,300 unalivings annually just from drowning. Now, they attribute this to weak regulations, lack of rescue services, and really just people not knowing how to swim.
Man, it looks like now we need to start having proper swimming classes in even primary school so kids can learn how to swim.
Absolutely.
So that way at least you have that as a skill that you can add. do whatever you have to do, and something that can also protect you, you know, save your life.
Yeah. So now they're saying that the hotspots for drowning include places like Masaka and Jinja. And most at risk are children under 5 years old because they make up 24% of the global drowning rate.
You know, what are children below the age of 5 doing next or near water bodies?
It's because there's lack of protection for them. There are weak regulations around, especially in those areas. There's not enough, they're not like lifeguards around. And kids sometimes wander off and they get into water. Like it happens. And it's really sad. And that's why we need to have like proper like barricades or something. Always account for your children. But more than that, teach people how to swim. You know that thing of black people don't know how to swim. We need to stop that rhetoric. It actually needs to be something that we need to take up. Yeah. So now the World Health Organization is actually urged for urgent action so that we do this and start saving lives. People need to learn how to swim. There needs to be proper infrastructure. There needs to be enough warning, and there actually needs to be a team on standby around any water body. Exactly, to make sure that people don't drown. I mean, we saw the TikTok. Like recently,
need lifeguards, and we need more police in these water bodies.
So I think they're taking some steps because the Life Saving Authority of Uganda is trying to implement swimming classes now need to be done in schools and stuff, and just in general, wherever there's water, they need to make sure that people learn how to swim.
Sad news for journalists worldwide, knowing that at least 68 journalists were unalived in 2024. And 60% of these were unalived in conflict zones that have a lot of political instability, war-torn areas, and all of that, right? Where there's like a lot of hostility, right? And UNESCO is coming out to say that they are going to come up with ways, you know, for some sort of accountability and safety for journalists worldwide to ensure that people's lives are accounted for and prevent this from continuing.
Yeah, it's really sad, especially as journalists, you know. Journalists are the fourth estate. They equip us with information so that we can make informed decisions. They're impartial. They're literally there to just get the information and relay it to the public, which is our rights. We're supposed to get these things. You know, we're supposed to get this information.
When a journalist is unalived in war, it feels like you've also unalived a Red Cross because they are here to benefit both parties.
Exactly. It's not to say, I don't think they're there threatening people's lives. It's just, this is happening. They're there to report it. And it's an essential role at the end of the day. So they need to be protected. There need to be stricter measures in place to make sure that if a journalist is going to a hostile or a conflict zone, they need to have proper measures in place to ensure they're protected.
Exactly.
So UCC has announced stricter measures against vulgar content. So for media houses and public broadcasters and whatnot, there are stricter rules
regulations
now. For content consumption. So they've passed some restrictions for inappropriate content online, saying that it really corrupts the morals of the public at large. So they're trying to curb this as the national regulator. So now there are stricter measurements. They say that it can result in a penalty that includes prosecution. You can get arrested if you, let's say Yalevi.
Prosecuted.
Exactly. Let's say Yalevi comes back and he pulls a honey on stage again. Now, whichever media house, the event promoter
and the media house
who have promoted this and this has happened and you have posted it, you can get arrested.
Yeah.
Go to like prison time.
Yeah. So no more just getting honeys and just taking pictures or random videos and just posting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Do you think it'll work?
I think it will work for the regulators that, for the
media houses
that have names, that are registered. And for the, say, freelancers that people know, right, that post this kind of content, they know this is an individual, X and X, that's his name, so when he posts this stuff, we come for him. But there are also social media guys, that have like 5 accounts, UG extra vibes, want, this, vibes is galore, where it's like, if a person like that posts, because they're called no-face accounts, there's so many people with no-face accounts, when people are having press conferences, you're just seeing random people with their phones.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't know where this content is going. You know, when concerts like this are happening, and even if the promoter tries to prohibit it and it still happens, and no media house has put it out, you'll find these funny guys.
But they said
posting
social
it.
media users as well.
Yeah. So here's the thing. With no face accounts,
You
right?
can't know
you
whose
can't
account
know
it is.
whose account it is. Plus, these apps are here to protect their users.
Yeah.
So they are encrypted. You can't even use Ugandan hacker that you are going to hack and find who this guy is. You can't. So that's where the issue might still arise. So it will have to go back down to the promoters to prohibit people like those from coming and recording content.
How can you stop people like that from coming? If they're buying tickets and it's adding to your revenue, how can you like stop it? Anyway,
They have to
no more
regulate
putting
that.
beds on stage.
Yeah.
No more pulling honeys and doing what Yalevi did. Otherwise, it's time for the profile.
And as you know, Joe Quiz Clean gets us a champion in society every single day. Take a look.
Greetings and blessings. My name is Jokis Clean. As per usual, this is for NBS Culture Connect and for NBS Plus. We are profiling a champion out of our society, and this time is one that we are familiar with. He's been doing a couple of parties in the city, designing your houses, designing your stages for a very long time. Today we get to know his story a little bit. Troy Elemu, Kenta Creations. Greetings and blessings.
Greetings and blessings, and always a pleasure having me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did you tell my bro?
Steady, bro.
Niceness.
Yeah, man.
All right. For people who have known you today in this very hot years from like 2021, who is Troy Elemu before Kenta Creations, before Denim Cartel? What's your story?
In a brief snippet, Troy Elemu is a creative, a designer, a man of God, strong fear of God, and just an advocate for believing in the Most High, and also believing in creativity, and also standing for Africanity. In a snippet, that's Troy Elemu.
Niceness. Did you go into events before design or before fashion? How did everything get together to get us to this level when you started picking up your stuff that you like as a creative, and being able to single out some of them and major on particular before you get others? Tell me the story and how you become, how you get into fashion, how you get into design, how you get into all of this.
Yeah. So it's a long story, but I'll make it short. We started in the year 2019, where I just come up with a concept of I wanted to do a stop center for creatives. So that would be like a hub for creatives and creators and designers, where we have fashion designers, graphic designers, a 360 of what you need for an event to happen. You get what I mean? So I ventured first into set design. Those are the photo experiences that we see at events, and that's how people got to know me, I guess. But I've been on the scene for some time. I've modeled. I'm into the fashion business now, and also just being very curious about what life has to throw at me. And so once I ventured into setup, I got to understand the dynamics behind a great event, the dynamics behind an experience, if you want to sell out an experience or a good experience. And that's how I venture into now starting to host my own events. And also just looking at my brand, Denim Cartel. It's a brand that features lifestyle and clothing. So it's more of you're buying a cloth from Denim Cartel, but there's also a lifestyle attached to it, like how we go out, how we spend our time, where we go to, who we hang out with. And that's just a culture I'm trying to build up in Uganda, and also just see what the world has to say when they see this. Yeah.
Niceness. All right. So, last year you did an event with the other couple of creatives. You had Axon on it, you had Kashushu. How did you guys come together to do this? And for you, what was the win for this event?
So last year it was a bright house that brought 3 creators, 3 masters, a master in art, a master in music, and a master in fashion. And they were just trying to give us a canvas for us to be more free in our creations or in our creativity. And I feel like it was a powerful movement. We saw what happened. It was one for the books, for deaf, for sure. We created a couple of great songs. You on the EP. The EP drops next year. That's another party that you all need to watch out for. January, the EP is going to be out. And just collaborating with other brands, like fusing art, music, Denim Cartel. And it just shows you the power of collaboration and the power of unity as creators. I feel like we all have different minds and everything that we bring to the table.